2体のモンスターでオーバーレイネットワークを構築。
Estrella platinada el mundo. ¡Ah!
Exceed Showtime! 幻想を断ち切る灼熱のアラウマ。アンクさん、サラマングレート、ミラージュスタリオ。
Hello and welcome everyone. We are back again at the collection of scrubs. I am from the deck, and today we are going to talk about Salamangreat because you know this past list was amazing, and fortunately for us Salamangreat players, we got our Mirage STALLIO back to one. I'm playing two, but one is for my Salamangreat deck and one is for a deck that I'm working on secret. So you have to stay tuned, check out what that is. And also, do you think it's pretty that Konami just decided to release Mirage STALLIO? What could it possibly mean? Does it mean that the deck is going to become relevant? Probably yes, but at the same level as Tri-Brigade or Rytron, no. Probably a couple of 0.5 tiers below probably, but yeah, it is pretty that Konami released STALLIO from its captivity, considering Konami does weird things to say the least. Well, let's go to our Ido Pro right here, and you can see right now that this is play on traditional, which is basically the same list that I'm going to play when the battle list finally gets in. A couple of explanations. I'm not going to do a full deck profile because I already did it on my channel. Be sure to check that out in the description. And another thing is that I'm just going to explain quickly what changes could you make to your Salamangreat list. For instance, I played 3 Spinny 2 Foxy. I think this is the correct ratio. 3 Foxys consider a little bit too cloggy in your hand. If you're playing Flame Buffer, you can probably see this more often, so it's up to you, of course. I'm playing 6 extenders that are level 3s, the 3 backup secretary, the 2 reclusian, 1 sea archiver. All of these extenders are really fine, and most important, it works outside of making STALLIO, so you have to take that in consideration. Lady Debug instead of Bufferlo, in my opinion, Lady Debug is a little bit better. It's not fire, it's not level 3 yet, but it is a searcher, and it searches right on summon. So if you're going to eat an Ash, you're probably getting that Ash on the Lady Debug and not when Mirage STALLIO actually drops. And because how wording works and how you first search and then you draw, I think Bufferlo conflicts because you have to link summon it for Bailey links. And if you're going to eat an Ash, it's probably on the Bailey link search. Or if you chain it backwards, then there is no point of playing Bufferlo. So that's my opinion. Hand traps here are whatever you want. Strikes are probably imperm for you. You can see side is pretty much generic. But today we're going to check some combos. What are our combos today? Well, let's take a look at our test hand here to see how it goes. This hand is actually somewhat good. It's somewhat competitive. You want to start with Jack Jaguar, of course. Being our only normal summon that gets a special summon from the graveyard, not from the hand. It's probably the best one. You don't activate Bailey here, there is no point. And then Spinny directly summon it to the zone that Bailey points to, basically. Here that will trigger the sea archiver here. I'm pointing to this side because I have my computer to this side. And then you make, of course, the newly recently freed of his captivity, the one and only Mirage STALLIO here. Now, Mirage STALLIO here usually gets Gazelle, but because we're running Dueler, and you get the Falco, I learned this today from this encoder, Smile, then you go into boy here, the Stone Like Wolf here, and now that would actually make this Jaguar live by shuffling Mirage Stallion back to the deck. There you go. We don't want to trigger it here. We actually want to discard first, probably, just in case. Well, that's probably most irrelevant. And we didn't manage what we wanted to. That's cool, I guess. And we make Dweller here. To make Dweller. And probably trigger Sunlight Wolf for the other spinny. Just in case shit happens. And yeah, that's basically your full combo. You don't need to go into the second Sunlight Wolf, there is no point. And this hand didn't get better because of desires. You actually draw into 2 more cards. But the point is to draw into interruptions. In this case, this is a little bit better. Let me explain the combo here. So normally the debug effect, if you get Ash here, there is not problem with that. But if you don't, then you just grab your copy of Gazelle. Then you special Pale Links. That would trigger its Pale Links quick little effect here. Then you activate Sanctuary and re-link summon Pale Links. This instance we don't have a special summon that is a Salamangreat, so we need a way to trigger Gazelle here. Easy way to trigger it. On this instance we cannot make Dweller, so we send Roar instead, and then backup Secretary, and then we just proceed from there. Well, we could make Dweller, but it's not optimal because we only have 2 interruptions basically with the Lancia and the Strike. So you could make Dweller or you could go for other plays here. Here Stalllio is going to grab me a copy of Jaguar directly. If you send Jaguar with Gazelle, you have seen that you then get Falco with Mirage Stalllio. Then you go into your Sunlight Wolf here. That doesn't trigger Mirage Stalllio, we don't want to do that. And on this instance, just to be cool, I guess, we go into Linkuriboh, trigger Sunlight Wolf here, getting ourselves or Gazelle back, setting a card. Wait, no, I'm stupid. Well, you should probably just relink summon Sunlight Wolf to get back the Vanish. So this hand is terrible, to say the least. But it basically works as Predaplant Salamangreat with normal special. Instead of going for Bale Links, well, you could go for Bale Links first here, and then summon back the spin. It doesn't make any difference really. And spin effect, get back, make Stalllio, of course. Here Stalllio is forced to make Gazelle, to go for Gazelle obviously this instance, because you don't have access to any other floater. Gazelle effect, you probably send Roar. You link it up for Sunlight Wolf. Nope, we don't want to trigger that. Sanctuary. Then we make not that, we make Pale Links to keep the Roar alive. Sunlight Wolf effect will trigger here, get back your Gazelle, of course, and then just is as easy as relink summon Sunlight Wolf with Salamangreat Sanctuary's effect, and just get back your Roar. So as you can see, it is pretty simple to just get into a good board. These 3 test hands just can help you to do that. Let's do just a quick one. This hand is probably the most optimal one, and I'm not lying here. Probably start with mining Pitching Falco. Get Gazelle. Gazelle Effecto. Special Gazelle. Effect. As Jaguar here. And now, instead of going into Pele with Gazelle, we normal summon Lady Debug, grab ourselves a copy of Spinny here in this instance. just to have a name. And now we go into battles both with the ladybug and effect will get us the field. And now we can actually start gaming here. We can, instead of going for our body here, we can actually just activate spin here for this. We can trigger spin here, make it here, go into our Mirage Stallion. This is a really nice card. I love Mirage Stallion, guys. It is the most broken Xyz monster in the game, second close to you know, Dante, because Dante is our real boy here. Now Falco effect, bounce back the Foxy to your hand to get it back, and now we make the boy, we make Moonlight Wolf here. So this way you ensure follow-up. This way you can play turn 3, because the most difficult turn now in Salamangreat is not turn 1 but 2, 3. So we don't want to trigger Mirage Stallion here. Jack Jaguar, shuffle away the Mirage Stallion back, put it here. That will trigger Sunlight Wall, get your Gazelle, make Dweller. Because we didn't send the Roar, we didn't need to go into the second Mirage Stallion, so we just can set the strike and pass on this. So you have Dweller and say strike. Easy as that. This deck is most broken. This deck neither Mirage Stallion. If it stays at 1, it doesn't really matter. As you can see here, you don't even really need to play Circle even, because Circle it is good, it searches Gazelle, yes, but you're doing that anyway with the 3 Lady Debug, the 3 Silent Mining, and the Mirage Stallion, of course. So you have actually 7 copies of Gazelle in deck and 1 in the extra deck, so you don't really need to play the Circle, and you can open space for in this case the Archiver, but you can play any other extra you want, and everything else is pretty much normal. Well, guys, this is going to be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be partaking in a tournament hosted by Ronnie Toddy YGO on his Discord server. It's going to be a very big tournament. The first place, hear me, the first place gets $100, and the second place gets a box of Leo. So chances are that if I do well, I hope to do well, I could get something really big. So if you want to partake into this tournament, please be sure to go into their Discord server. Also as well, check the links in the description below to all of the amazing content creators that are into the team with us, into the coalition, because they make really good content. And be sure to join our Discord server also, just because. So thank you very much again once for watching this video, and we see you in the next one. See ya.